Welcome to the Fermented Homestead. If we haven't met before, hi, my name is Anna, and welcome to my third video for Make It March collaboration. For the Make It March collaboration, 7 of us contributors are showing you all different kinds of ways that you can use your canned foods. And today, I'm gonna cook up some pork carnitas. Listen for the pop. Passes the sniff test. Pour it in a pan and warm it up. Given that all you really have to do for this jar of pork carnitas is warm it up, I'm going to show you how I like to eat it as somebody who consumes things that are predominantly carnivore. While that's warming up, we're going to make some carnivore tortillas. In full transparency, I've never made these tortillas before, so I really hope they work out. I have seen several people on YouTube who have made this recipe and do prefer it, so hopefully it should be good. For those of you who maintain a larger pantry, one thing that you might have noticed is that pork rinds get stale. And they're not that great when they get stale. However, you can make pork rind panko out of them. I unfortunately learned this lesson the hard way, and I bought a lot of pork rinds, not realizing that they went stale. So I have a very large collection of future pork rind panko. So let's go ahead and turn these into panko. What we need for this recipe is 6 large eggs, 5 ounces of pork rinds, 2 cups of water, 1 1/4 tablespoons of butter, and 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt. Given how salty the pork rinds are, I may end up omitting the salt. Okay, I'm not going to. I really like salt. Let's go ahead and grind these up. The recipe does say you really want to be sure to get the pork rinds to a very fine powder using a food processor. That is a very key component in getting everything to come together. So we're just gonna weigh out 5 ounces of pork rinds. 5 ounces of pork rinds is a rather considerable volume. We're 2 ounces short. Hopefully that'll be okay. Blend it up. Plug it in. Let's check on it. Alright, I'd say that's a powder. Then to the mixing bowl, we're gonna add our pork rinds, 6 large eggs. However, I have very teeny tiny little baby eggs, so I'm gonna add in 6 little eggs and a big giant duck egg. Duck eggs are very stringy whites. 2 cups of water, 1 tablespoon of butter. It doesn't say melted, but I went ahead and melted it because it makes sense to me. And then blend until smooth. Oh, salt. And while I'm doing this, I have my cast iron heating up. You need a good non-stick pan. I probably could have ground the pork rinds a little better, but hopefully that won't matter too much. Yeah, I might have screwed this up. Oh well, it'll still taste good. And the recipe does say not to let the skillet get too hot. Otherwise it'll get really crispy and it'll kind of burn more than it does turn into a nice soft tortilla. So we're gonna add in 1/4 cup into the pan and spread it out. And we need to cook this on one side for about 6 minutes, flip it over and cook it for another 4 minutes. All right. Flip. Oh no, it fell apart. More like an omelet. I'm gonna try another one and actually set the timer on this one. But we can give this a taste. Tastes like a pork rind inside of an omelet. It's pretty good. Cook it for the correct amount of time. This looks so much better than the first one that I just kind of guessed on. It's still nice and flimsy, but it looks like it's gonna hold the shape as best as it can without like gluten. We are talking about like a low carb substitute, so it's not gonna be exactly the same. However, it's not gonna have all the carbies. And this guy has been simmering away on the stove this whole time, so it is ready to go. Take out a couple pieces here. And you can very easily shred these guys apart. If you want to, you can make multiple jars at a time if you're trying to feed your whole family, but this is just for me. Add in a dollop of sour cream, or several dollops, I guess. And my secret ingredient for just about any form of a taco is fermented foods. Sauerkraut. This one in particular is a chipotle kraut that I made. It is divine. If you want to know how to make this, I will link it for you guys at the end, the video that I made this one in. Add some on top here. It just gives it that extra bit of umami type of flavor. Like it makes it hits different when you add fermented foods to anything, but especially tacos. Like, oh my gosh. Now, I can't even. So many flavors in there. So easy to just throw together. You can absolutely 100,000% use a normal, like a store-bought tortilla, a homemade tortilla, flour, corn, doesn't matter. Whatever vessel that you choose to get that carnitas in your mouth, do it. With the carnita meat, you can do a whole bunch of stuff with it. You can even just have it as a soup. It is absolutely delicious as a soup. You can put it inside of eggs. You could make some kind of a sandwich with it. I mean, there are a ton of different options that you can do to serve up this carnita meat. This is just one of them that I particularly enjoy. Be sure to check out Lisa's channel, Sutton's Days, for all the information about the collaboration as well as the giveaway at the end of the month. Of course, be sure to check out all the other channels that are taking part in the collaboration. I will link them all for you down below, so you can get a ton of different ideas of things that you can do with your canned foods. There are a ton of different creative recipes, and of course, all very delicious and very unique. And be sure to leave a comment on this video as well as all the other ones taking part in this collaboration, because you will be entered to win a pressure canner at the end of the month. I'm gonna go ahead and eat my carnitas, fry up a couple more of these tortillas so I can finish off the jar. If you want to know how I made this pork carnitas, be sure to check out this video right here. That'll give you all the information. And of course, if you want to make my spicy chipotle kraut, check out this video right here. Peace out, sauerkraut.